Hello students, welcome back and I hope you are happy, healthy and staying at home safe. Yes, with this positive note, let's start today's session. Before we start today's session, let's have a quick recap on what we learned prior. I hope you remember last time I explained you about weeds. Okay, what are weeds? Weeds are nothing but the unwanted plants that grow in the field with the crops. And then these are to be removed from the field. Yes, there are different ways by which the weeds can be removed. Yes, by spraying the weedicides, that is by spraying the chemicals. Farmer can remove the weeds from his field by just uprooting them by the hand also. Mechanically also, weeds can be removed by using a hoe. And lastly, the farmer can remove the weeds when he is doing the process of tilling, or which we call it as plowing. Yes, so easily he can remove the weeds by these four different methods. Then I explained you about the ill effect or bad effect of weedicide. Now, this is not there in the textbook. This was just extra information I shared with you, which I felt very important. Okay, then I explained you the next step, that was harvesting. The harvesting is carried out in two different stages. That is, the first is threshing and the second is winnowing. In threshing, it can be carried out manually. It can be done with the help of the animals, and lastly by machines. Winnowing, yes, it is also a method in which the light chaff is separated from the heavy grain, and that can be done manually as well as by machines nowadays. Then I explained you important machine, that is combine harvesters use, right? And then celebration by the farmer, that is harvest festival. And those festivals are like Onam, yes, Bihu, Holi and many more, right? So these all things I explained you last time. Now let's go for the new session, that is the new topic, storage and animal husbandry. First I will explain you storage. Now, as you know, the farmer has taken lot of hard work and his field is ready. He has already harvested his grains and he is having the ready grains now. Now these grains are to be stored properly so that he can use them for longer time, right? So this is a very important task which the farmer has to carry out. Now, children, I hope you know that these grains are to be stored properly because they might be attacked by the insects or even the rodents like rats, or if they are kept in open, what will happen? They will be attacked by the fungus and bacteria. Even if their grains are moist, what will happen then? They will start regrowing also, which is causing lot of damage to the crop, yes, of the grains of the farmer, right? So the farmer has to take proper care and store these grains properly. Now, the next step is what we can say ideal place for storage of grains. Now, how does farmer can store his grains properly? The farmer stores the food grains at home in the bins or drums. This is about the small scale farmers or small and medium farmers. They can store their grains in the drums and even in the bins, right? Which are made up of metal, so that they will be not attacked by any insects nor by the rodents like rats, right? Even in the gunny bags, he can keep, or even in the jute bags. Many a time what the farmer does is he adds the neem leaves and store his grains so that the grains will not be attacked by the insects also. Now, the government agency like Food Corporation of India, that is FCI, also buys the grains from the farmer on large scale and stores in the big godowns, right? Now, uh, I felt like sharing some important fact to you. This is not there in your textbook, just for information. Children, according to the estimate, India wastes nearly 10,000 crore worth of food grain every year, simply because it does not have proper storage facility. This is the fact. This is happening in our country. Last year, children, beside this damage, wheat worth rupees 290 crore was sold off at a throwaway price, which could have fed nearly 34 lakh peoples for whole year if it was stored properly. Where this happened? This happened in Punjab. Yes, this is happening in our country, right? See this picture. I'm sharing this picture of FCI Godown, that is Food Corporation of India's Godown, wherein you can see what is happening to this food grain. It is just been rot. Yes, because it is not stored properly. This is how the government is storing the food grain. Children, but the important fact, or very what we can say, uh, we'll be proud to know that India is world's leading producer of fresh fruits, vegetables, pulses, rice and wheat, right? Okay, now this is also the not there in the textbook. I'm just sharing few informations which I felt interesting that you should know it. Right, now see this picture. Can you see what is happening here? Here also, because of the microorganisms, maybe because of the fungus or bacteria, the food is kept in open and is getting spoiled. Food grains can be damaged by the birds also. If it is kept open, then it will be damaged by the birds or insects also, or rodents also. I'm sharing this picture wherein you can see the food grain getting damaged. This is, first is corn, then is wheat, and this is watermelon. If the cold storage system is not proper, then the food, what we can say, the vegetables and fruits are going to get damaged this year, this way, right? During lockdown, you might have heard about the farmers throwing the tomatoes and many other food stuff, right? This is only because if the transportation is not proper, it creates a lot of problems to farmers. Okay, this is also not there in your textbook. This is for your information. This is the food report card of last year. Yes, when which says that when daily millions of people in India sleep hungry, the nation damages 4,135.224 metric ton of food grain. 1 metric ton, children, is equal to 1,000 kilograms. Can you imagine how much of food grain is been damaged? And the amount of food grain which was damaged was of wheat and rice. Isn't it a very heartbreaking situation? So much of food grain getting damaged. This is happening in India now. Children, but the small scale farmers, or uh, farmers, those who are storing their food grains in their houses, they can store the grains properly because the amount of food grain will be less, right? And they can store their food grains, otherwise it will get damaged by the insects, by the fungus, or maybe by the rodents also, right? Now, these small scale farmers can store their food grain. Before storing any food grain, what the farmer has to do, he has to take follow few steps. Like, first step is just sun drying, easily carried away process. That is, it does not require any what we can say, money, or it does not require any hardship also. Easily it can be dried in the sun. And if the farmer dries the sun properly, dries the grains in the sun properly, what will happen? These grains will not be attacked by the fungus, right? Now, this particular method is the best way of protecting the grains. Now, the farmers then store these grains in the metal or earthen containers, or in the gunny bags, or in the silos. Now, what are the silos? I'll be explaining you later. But remember, after that, what the farmer is going to do is going to store the grain. Now, when he is storing the grain, he can use, as I said, the container which is properly closed. Can you see this picture in which the grains are stored, right? Even in the jute bags, or as I said, gunny bags also, the farmer can store the grains easily, right? Now, the godowns where the grains are stored are first fumigated to get rid of the pest. Yes, they are spread with the chemicals so that what will happen? The insects or pest will not attack those grains. Right? Now, this is from your textbook about the granaries. What are granaries? The granaries are actually the place where the farmer stores his thresh grains or animal feeds that he has to store for longer period. In ancient time, or primitive granaries were often made out of potteries, right? Granaries are often built above the ground to keep the stored food grain away from mice and other animals, right? So that they protect them from these animals, right? So they are kept little up, right? Okay. Now, what are silos? Children, silos are nothing but a big structure designed to store these grains, and like other what we can say, other chemicals also. Siloi is a Greek word which says that pit of holding grains, and these silois hold a bulk of grains in them, and this is actually the Food Corporation of India should build more silois so that the food do not get damaged. The amount of food is getting damaged, I have already told you, right? Now, I am sharing a video on storage of grain. Please watch that and do come back to my class. Okay, I hope you have understood about the storage. Now let's go for the next part, that is animal husbandry. Looking at the picture, I hope you have understood what I am going to tell you. Now, animal husbandry is nothing but it's a branch of agriculture which is concerned with animals that are reared, we can say, or raised for meat, fiber, milk, egg, or other products, right? So this is what we call it as animal husbandry. Yes, can you see the picture wherein different animals reared? Yes, we are rearing these different animals, that is farmer rears these different animals for different products to get from them. Like for example, if we say cattle rearing, which is commonly done by the farmers, you all know that cattles, they are very useful to the farmer, because you all know about the milk that we get from the cattle and the dairy products which you eat, right? I think so everyone likes to eat ice creams and cheese and butter and many more products. So we get them from these cattle, that is milk from these animals, and then the milk is processed, right? Even the dung of these animals is good for the farmer to, yes, as a manure, right, for his crops. Okay. Now, children, do you know that India's most popular uh, brand, Amul, is not owned by any entrepreneur. It is owned only by the farmers. And do you want to know the story of how successfully these farmers came together, and then till today they are, yes, helping the mankind? Do you want to know? Please watch this story and then come back to my class. I hope you have seen this video. Was it interesting? Yes, I hope it was very interesting. Now, poultry farming. You all know poultry birds. Yes, why they are red? Hens are red for, yes, egg and meat. Very good. Then next is sheep rearing. It is for meat as well as milk also, right? Now, pisciculture, what we call it as fish farming. Yes, many non-vegetarian people like fish to eat, right? Yes. Now, apiculture, nothing but beekeeping. Yes, what we get from them? Honey, right? Okay, sericulture. Your mother likes to wear silk saris. Yes, so we get silk from, yes, silkworms. Correct. Okay, now I am sharing an interesting video on animal husbandry. Do watch and come back to my class. Okay, I hope you have seen the video. Now here I am sharing a real story of a farmer who is practicing pisciculture, and this story is of a farmer from Kolhapur. Do watch this video and then come back to my class. Now, after watching the video, you might have realized that the farmer actually, if you have seen the video, you might have realized it. The farmer said that first year when he had selected the what we can say, the fishes, the selection went wrong, and that's why he was in loss. Children, it means that when the farmer is going to do the animal husbandry, he has to make sure that he selects the proper breed or high quality breed, whatever animal he is going to rear. Then only he will get proper production, or he is going to get proper profit, right? So selection of high quality breed is very important. Now, giving them food, that is feeding these animals, is also very important. If proper food is given, then that animal is going to give you in return whatever product you want, right? Properly. Now, good and healthy environment is also very important for that particular animal. Next is sanitation facility. Yes, cleanliness, sanitation is very important, right? Now, even taking care of these animal by vaccination facility is also important, right? Otherwise, what happens? These animals will die because of many diseases. So these are the things which the farmer has to take care of. Now, this animal husbandry plays an important role in the rural economy, we can say, because children, as you know, these livestock animals such as cow, sheep, goats, and chicken have many roles in the farmer's ecosystem. That farm ecosystem means these animals help the farmer in different ways. Now, how they are going to help them? You all know that draught animals, these are the animals which help the farmer in doing different tasks, that is like for tilling, for irrigation, for carting, and many other things. This the farmer uses these animals, right? The animals, these animals eat corn and hay from the farm, and in return what they give, they provide the milk, egg, wool, and many other products, right? These animals also give waste, which is a good fertilizer for the soil also. And you all know that organic farming or organic manure contain nutrients, makes the plant healthier and grow Yes, and grow healthier, right? So this helps the farmer in many different ways. These animals help the farmer in different many ways. Okay, now children, this is an interesting fact. The cod liver oil is a dietary supplement derived from the liver of a cod fish. This oil contains omega-3 and fatty acid. Isn't it an interesting fact to know? This fatty acid and omega-3, actually omega-3 is good for your skin, for your hair. If you want to look beautiful and if you want your hairs to be healthier, you better eat this cod liver oil. Let's come back. This is an interesting video of a farmer which is showing how this village became a richest village in Maharashtra. It's a real story of many farmers of this particular village. Quite interesting video. Please watch it and come back to my class. Okay, I hope you have seen this video. And by now, you have understood all the 7 practices that the farmer carries out, as well as what is animal husbandry. If you have any query, you can just ask me in the live class or comment in the comment box. I will try to solve your queries. Okay, with this video, I'm going to share a worksheet. This worksheet is to be solved in your classwork. Clarity? Okay. I hope you have understood the chapter. If you have any queries, do ask me